Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And good news, everybody. The Black Widow trailer dropped.
Yes.
Sometime this morning, they dropped the trailer for the upcoming Black Widow movie from Marvel.
And the teaser poster, which I love.
And the teaser poster, which is pretty damn cool. And it's about effing time because I think most people felt Black Widow should have had a movie before Captain Marvel.
Yeah, definitely.
It took them long enough. She's only been with the MCU since the second Iron Man movie. And now she's dead. Now she gets a movie.
You know, and it still makes me mad because she was like the one character who did not have powers, and she just had to, she stood toe to toe with everyone based on just skill. If you want to talk about a strong female character, there you go. She wasn't given handicaps. She wasn't given anything. She just held her own without powers. But Captain Marvel is overpowered beyond belief. But you know, she gets a movie first. She doesn't get killed. They had to kill Black Widow probably to make Captain Marvel the leader, but that's another story entirely.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the trailer, our thoughts on the trailer. We're going to talk about the brouhaha around the screenwriter who said she didn't want guns in Black Widow, but there were a shit ton of guns in the trailer.
There were in the trailer, but that doesn't mean, you know... you know, they could just be showing all the gun scenes.
All the scenes with guns. I think they did that deliberately just to show people that she was actually going to use a gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. But we are going to talk about that. So please subscribe if you guys have not subscribed already. We are at about 80,000 subs, hoping for 100,000 soon. We cover pop culture news with our views and opinions. Mm-hmm. And you are free to disagree. But
that's right.
Whatever. Just means you're wrong and we're right.
No, oh, come on. It just means everybody has their own opinion. And we always say you're allowed to like something, you're allowed not to like something. It is completely fine.
That is true. So you put the poster up on your Disney blog at pirateandprincesses.net, and we will kind of go through the trailer, which starts out with a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah. It's supposed to take place between, like, Captain America, I think, is it Civil War? I think it was
Civil War, yeah.
And then the Infinity War.
Yeah, so this one deals with, I guess, Budapest, which Hawkeye talked about. I think Hawkeye is in it, and these are just our, you know, we're not going to dissect this frame by frame, but these are our first reactions. It does start with a lot of flashbacks. Remember Black Widow before we...
I love Black Widow.
Remember ScarJo before
I'm still salty they killed her.
Dropped her off a cliff and didn't even give her an effing funeral?
I know, that made me mad.
Dropped her off a cliff. She died exactly like Gamora, and they didn't even bother. They said a couple things like, oh, it's real sad that Black Widow died, isn't it? Yep, okay.
But at least Gamora got to come back, in a way.
Kind of. Gamora got to come back. Did not do her justice, I don't think. So maybe this is their way of making amends for that.
They should have done this movie way before Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I think everybody can agree that Black Widow, since she was the first female superhero in the MCU, she should have absolutely gotten a movie first. But what they did is they went back and they retconned it. Mm-hmm. So Captain Marvel was the first Avenger. Technically. Well,
they even say that she's the first Avenger.
They named it because of the Avenger.
Yeah,
right.
I'm like,
so
really?
They retconned it. You know, Black Widow was there pretty much since the beginning of the MCU. She should have had a movie first.
See, I guess what makes me, like I said before, with Black Widow is that, like I said, she isn't given the handicaps. And she isn't given all the fanfare and everything they did with Captain Marvel. And she still holds her own without being super powered for no reason. And to me, that's more of and she has a backstory that's, you know, is going to be bloody and tragic. To me, that's a strong character, much more so.
Yeah.
And I just happen to suck in all the power and I, have it and I can, destroy everything myself.
Carol sucks in all the power. She sucks in
a lot of things. There you go.
That's the power coming from the Infinity Stone.
Okay.
That's what that was.
Well, she's a ginger, so she sucks souls. But, it's another story.
She sucks souls. That's her new power. They're going to retcon it. She sucks souls. So, yeah, we've got,
She goes back to Budapest.
She goes to Budapest. Lots of flashbacks. We've got other assassins. We don't know if they're legitimately, if this is like her legit sister or they train together, what the deal is.
I think they train together, but yeah.
But look at all the guns and kicking.
And this isn't like flashbacks at this point. This is but they do a lot of hand to hand, which they said they were going to do, which also falls into what Black Widow does.
Well, yeah, because you shoot somebody that fights over. You got to do some hand to hand because it doesn't look as good to just shoot somebody, unless you've got like ridiculous guns. But so, that's
so she goes back and basically she's teaming out with the people she used to work with.
Yeah. And it definitely, I mean, this does seem to be...
They have music indicated.
Yeah, music.
I
that's
always
music.
love that.
And of course, we're not playing the trailer through because we know we'll get demonetized because that's what they do. That's what they do. They'll claim it. But it does look pretty good. I mean, it looks pretty good. This is not... Okay, this is just a white suit. This is not... The first time I saw it, I thought it was one of the time suits. I'm like, oh my god, you better not even...
No, but I just think that the white suit looks awesome.
She looks like Storm Shadow. She looks...
That's what I was thinking. It looks very G.I. Joe.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
But she gets everybody... She kind of gets... yeah, who is that?
Yes, Taskmaster.
So it wasn't... We just got a quick glimpse.
I got a quick glimpse at it. I'm like, oh, is that Hawkeye? I'm like, oh no, that's how they're handling Taskmaster. I guess they weren't going to go with the white cloak.
Okay. Well, no, he's not in the trailer part. Maybe later.
Not in the trailer, but yeah, okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense. The more realistic. I thought it was they were going to use crossbones for some reason, but I guess they often... Now, they do have Red Guardian.
Okay.
It's David Harbour.
I love David Harbour, but what's funny about this is the character's name's Alexei, which I found so funny. If you watch Stranger Things, I know Squid King will appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, and of course, Red Guardian, pretty popular Marvel character in the Avengers. Kind of a C-list, I think, C-list character, but David Harbour, hopefully he does better than he did as Hellboy. Hopefully this movie makes more money.
Yeah, I didn't really watch Hellboy though. So
I had no desire. The first two Hellboys were so good, I didn't want to watch somebody else do Hellboy, and I heard it was terrible.
I didn't know.
I heard it was just a terrible movie. The first two were amazing, and I didn't want to watch it. Nobody watched it. It didn't make any money.
It's bloodier than I would have watched.
Yeah, so. But I mean, it looks pretty solid. It looks like it's grounded in reality a little more so than the other MCU movies, obviously, because we're dealing with spies and military and not Infinity Stones and spaceships.
Right.
So it does kind of remind me of G.I. Joe.
It does. It reminds me of G.I. Joe.
They should actually, since we're dealing with so many Russians, they should rename this like the October Guard, because they were like the Russian equivalent of G.I. Joe.
Well, see, we had Scarlet in G.I. Joe.
Yeah, well, that's it. She's kind of like Scarlet and
her name's
Storm
Scarlet.
Shadow.
So
yeah, saying. I know, right?
But it looks really good. I mean, now, granted, I understand this is the first trailer, and I'm concerned because the writer kept saying about... Well, I don't like guns. Oh, yeah, here you have right here.
Yeah.
She said about glamour. She's the one in this film's glamorizing guns and weaponry. But also the character required it.
Yeah, well, she's just the screenwriter, though. She's not the director. And so maybe she got vetoed. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's possible. You can't have a Black Widow movie without guns and weaponry. And
that's the point. And hand-to-hand combat and stuff like that. So it looks good.
It does look good.
Don't suck, for the love of God. I beg of you, do not ruin this movie.
I'm hoping this will be the anti-Captain Marvel. Like all the complaints people have about Captain Marvel,
right.
This will be the opposite. This will be, one, you're having a female lead that people actually care about.
Right, and that the actress can carry a movie.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson can carry a movie. She can act.
Mm-hmm.
And it's way overdue. I think the biggest problem I have with this movie, well, one, they killed her off in the MCU.
I'm still mad about it. I'm still salty about it.
But it should have been her first. Black Widow should have been first. She should have gotten a movie first, and they gave it to Captain Marvel.
They have an agenda with Captain Marvel moving forward, and they wanted to make sure they got that in there.
Yeah, nobody would have complained if there would have been a Black Widow movie last year.
I think they should have done it. They should have done Black Widow first.
And they introduced Captain Marvel into the MCU, but then they sideline her in Endgame anyway.
Right. Which I think is because people didn't really care for Captain Marvel. And I think, and even Captain Marvel, the movie itself wasn't that terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't that terrible. It's just that she felt like a side character in her own movie. Like the other characters carried the movie. And I think Brie Larson, just because of her comments, which, to be fair, some of them were made way before and were kind of taken from months earlier and applied at the time of the film, which, I don't think was exactly fair. But the comments were not... flattering, and we're not ones that, you want out there if you're trying to get the audience that's the usual Marvel audience to come.
Yeah, this looks like a legit MCU movie. This looks like it carries the same tone as, Civil War. I think, I'm hoping it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they don't shoot themselves in the foot and start ramping up the male bashing between now and then, because you're going to alienate your audience. Just be like, we're going to put an MCU movie out there with a character that people love. Please come see it.
They haven't had to, like I said, they haven't had to give her handicaps before to make other characters, better. She's always had to rise up to the challenge because she was the one that was given, she has no powers and everybody else does and all that stuff. So I always thought of her as a strong female character.
Yeah, I think most people have. Nobody ever, it's so weird because up until Captain Marvel came out, nobody questioned whether or not Black Widow belonged on the team. Nobody was like, oh my God, she's the token diversity woman on the team.
No one said
never
that.
came up that I'm aware of. I mean, it might have been a conversation some people had, not that I'm aware of.
And look, she has her red hair again.
And she's got her red hair. Well, maybe she'll go blonde by the end of the movie, and they'll explain that. But I think this movie's gonna make a shit ton of money. I think it's gonna make a ton of money. I hope it's good. I hope
Please don't ruin it. For the love of God, I beg of you, don't ruin this movie.
Yeah, like you said, I'm worried that they're like, oh, let's show all the really cool stuff in the trailer, and then we're gonna pull, and that's sad that we have to think that way anymore.
Because it didn't used to. You knew you were gonna go in and get something amazing, and now it's like, okay, I'm worried.
Are they gonna use this movie to bitch slap the fandom again?
I don't think they will. I don't think they'll use her character to do so. For Scarlett Johansson to do so.
I don't think Scarlett Johansson would
allow it.
I don't think she would either. But again, the only bad thing about this movie should have come out instead of Captain Marvel.
I agree.
And it sucks that she is next to Tony. She's been around and Hulk, obviously, but that was Edward Norton. But she's been part of the MCU longer than pretty much anybody else, and she has to wait until after they kill her character,
right, to get her own movie. It's not right. It really isn't.
I mean, you want to talk about not being fair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how is that fair that she had, and then to have Captain Marvel come out and then make such a big deal about her being the first female Marvel character when Black Widow's been here the whole time,
right? Well, after the trailer, I'm choosing to stay positive. I know some people are going to be like, oh, it's probably going to suck. You can think that. I am going to choose to stay positive. I want it to be good because she's my favorite. I love the fact that she's had it rough. There's a lot of things happen to her, and she still comes out and stays, and she can hold her own against all these people with powers and things, and just based on, I mean, even Hawkeye, he's really good at shooting arrows, but he doesn't really have powers either, and they can hold their own. They're that's why they're kind of paired up. They can hold their own against people with superpowers, and you know how hard that has to be. And you don't have to give her any excuses or because she's a woman or whatever. She just was great, and it was nothing to do with it. Her being a woman is absolutely irrelevant. And I've always loved her, and I am so upset they killed her. But I am really excited about this movie, so you can hate on it if you want to. At this point, with what I've seen in this trailer, I'm not going to. But like you said, I'm just going to hold my breath and hope they don't ruin it.
6 months. They got 6 months to ruin
May
it.
1st.
So my advice, Disney, Marvel Studios, is rein in your actors, rein in your directors, rein in your writers. Do not let them poison the well, and you'll make a lot of money on this movie.
Well, the actors in this are ones I think would go out and poison the well.
The actors, I don't think. Well, David Harbour, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes he gets. Did you see his awards rant?
No.
Where he was. Oh my God, yeah, he was. Winona Ryder was even like rolling her eyes.
Dude.
Yeah, Hopper, don't do that.
Don't do that.
But he was just like some incoherent rambling.
Well, that's okay. He's a guy, so they'll just blow it off because they'll say he's a man.
Yeah, he's a boomer.
That's what they'll say. They'll say he's a boomer because he's a guy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Disney, don't ruin this. Don't ruin this, and you'll make a lot of money.
Okay. Yes.
All
don't.
Right.
Please be good. Please be good. Please be good.
All right, we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yes.
Okay, please subscribe.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm just excited about Black Widow. I could pee. Anyway. Okay. Bye.
Thinking about printing your own comic books, graphic novel, or manga? We recommend our friends over at PrintNinja. We've been using PrintNinja as long as they've been printing comics, and both the quality and price is excellent. Mention Clownfish TV and get an additional 5% overrun of your book order quantity printed for free. For free! That's free books, people. Just mention this offer on the phone or in the additional information box on the quote request form. That's printninja.com, or click on the link in the description below. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.